Today we're taking a look at the Detroit Pistons versus New York Knicks Ramblers match, which is happening on Saturday, April 3, 2021 at 8:05 p.m., and giving you my betting tips and predictions in general on this game. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. The Detroit Pistons will play their final home game before hitting the road versus the New York Knicks Saturday night at Little Caesars Arena beginning at 8 p.m. Estate. Currently, the Knicks are favored by 2.5 points while the total stands at 205.5 points, down from 208.5 at the opening. The Knicks have suddenly dropped 3 straight games as they fell at home to the Dallas Mavericks Friday night, as the road team was able to pull away in the final period, outscoring New York 27-17 after taking a 3-point lead after the third period. The Mavericks shot 47% on the night, while the Knicks struggled on the offensive end for their third straight outing, making just 36% of their shots, with Julius Randle and RJ Barrett combining to go 8-31 FG, along with 3-12 from deep for 14 and 8 points. New York also failed to cover as 5-point dogs and have failed to cover during their current skid. Meanwhile, the Pistons are coming off an explosive offensive performance in a game where they dropped 120 points to knock off the Washington Wizards. The Pistons avoided a 2-game losing streak Thursday night as they took out the Washington Wizards in blowout fashion, as they went up by 19 at the half and never looked back, en route to only their 14th win of the season. And while they allowed 47% shooting to the Bradley Beal-less Wizards, they also forced 14 turnovers, 9 by Russell Westbrook. On the other hand, Detroit was able to overcome a rough shooting night from leading scorer Jeremy Grant to shoot 48% on the night while hitting 12 treys, 4 by Josh Jackson, who led with 31 points on 13-21 shooting. The Pistons covered as 1-point favorites for the contest and are 4-2 in their last 6 outings. The Knicks have won 4 straight against the Pistons and were able to pick up a 19-point road win over their Eastern Conference foe late February. New York will take the floor, seeking their 3rd straight victory over Detroit while covering the number in 3 of their last 5 at Little Caesars Arena. The Knicks once again have a losing record after losing their last 3 straight games, including an ugly 99-86 loss to the Mavericks on Friday. Not only did they drop below .500 win percentage, but they also slipped to 7th place in the Eastern Conference standings. If the Knicks aren't careful, they could play themselves out of a playoff spot entirely. The New York Knicks have been in decent shape as they've split their last 8 games, but they will be hoping to snap a 3-game skid after last night's 99-86 loss to the Mavericks. Alec Burks led the team with 20 points on 6 of 11 shooting off the bench. Julius Randle added 14 points with 8 rebounds and 11 assists, while Reggie Bullock chipped in with 13 points. As a team, the Knicks shot just 36% from the field and 12 of 38 from the 3-point line, as they fought hard to hang with the Mavericks until going ice cold in the 4th quarter, where they managed just 17 points. Randle shot just 5 of 20 from the field, RJ Barrett shot just 3 of 11 from the field, while Derrick Rose shot just 1 of 10 from the field. It wasn't the loss to the Mavs that was the most concerning. The Knicks also recently got dropped by the Minnesota Timberwolves on the road. When you start losing to the team with the worst NBA record, that's when you acknowledge there's a problem. However, New York will have a great shot at getting back on the winning track with the Pistons next on the itinerary. Detroit is the Eastern Conference's version of Minnesota, with a slightly better record and even less talent. The Knicks will have to be sure to avoid a Josh Jackson situation like the Wizards faced, along with hoping Jeremy Grant continues to play like the Monstars took his talent. They came out on top in the previous 2 meetings because they were able to dominate defensively. Detroit doesn't have a lot of offensive options, and the Knicks have the league's top-ranked scoring defense. But can New York score enough points? RJ Barrett is dealing with an ankle injury, and he struggled all night against the Mavs on Friday. This could be a game where the team needs a Herculean performance from Julius Randle to put their losing streak in the rear view. Josh Jackson posted a total of 31 points in his prior 6 starts before the team's matchup versus the Wizards. However, The guard scored 31 in just over 28 minutes of play Thursday night while increasing his shooting averages to 42% FG along with 28% from long range. The team certainly needs his offensive production moving forward to somehow atone for what has been a disastrous season for the last-place team in the East. The Detroit Pistons need a win after losing 5 of their last 7 games. The Detroit Pistons are averaging 107.3 points on 44.5% shooting and allowing 110.6 points on 47.6% shooting. Jeremy Grant is averaging 22.5 points and 4.8 rebounds, while Josh Jackson is averaging 13 points and 2.1 assists. Amidou Diallo is the third double-digit scorer and Corey Jospa is grabbing 3.2 rebounds. The Detroit Pistons are shooting 35.3% from beyond the arc and 77.1% from the free throw line. The Detroit Pistons are allowing 37.4% shooting from deep and are grabbing 42.6 rebounds per game. Furthermore, Mason Plumlee's contributions on both ends of the floor have also been critical to the team winning 2 of their last 3 as he is averaging 12 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, along with 2 blocks and a steal during this time. Corey Joseph and Frank Jackson also continue to provide an offensive lift off the bench for Detroit, with Jackson making 43% of his shots from deep while posting double digits in 6 of his last 10 outings. Amidou Diallo is a question mark for this contest due to a groin injury. However, the Pistons are averaging just 97 points in their 2 matchups of the year versus New York. In fact, in their last meeting in Detroit, the Pistons finished 39% from the floor while missing 23 of 32 attempts from deep, with Grant leading the way with 21 points while missing 7 of 9 trays in addition to accounting for 4 of the team's 15 turnovers. Plumlee finished with 9 points and 5 boards while Jackson posted 12 off the bench, going 10-12 from the free throw line, where he is shooting 83% this year. So here are my betting suggestions for that game. Those nightmares of being the laughingstock of the NBA have to be hitting right about now. They've dedicated an entire season towards righting the ship and taking back the respect that should come with such a storied franchise. The combination of those frustrations, coupled with the Pistons being the worst team in the Eastern Conference, will create the perfect storm for a bounce-back performance on Saturday. Detroit is far from a great rebounding team, and their offense is on equal footing, if not worse, than New York's. Josh Jackson had an incredible outing against the Wizards, but that's generally what happens when facing a team that hands out free buckets on the regular. Washington has the worst scoring defense in the league. The Pistons were impressive in their big win over the struggling Wizards in their last outing, but these wins have been few and far between as they're still experimenting with different lineups on a nightly basis. The Knicks have enjoyed more continuity, but they've been in a bit of a funk with 3 straight losses. My first betting advice for that game is to pick New York Knicks -2.5. The Knicks are 4-1 ATS in their last 5 road games and 15-7-1 ATS in their last 23 games overall. The under is 4-0 in Knicks' last 4 overall. The under is 9-4 in Pistons' last 13 games playing on 1 day's rest. The Knicks are 4-0 ATS in the last 4 meetings. The Detroit Pistons have been in a slump lately as they've lost 9 of their past 13 games, but they will be aiming to stay hot after blowing past the Wizards in a 120-91 home win on Thursday. Josh Jackson led the team with 31 points on 13 of 21 shooting. Miles Plumlee added 13 points with 11 rebounds and 7 assists, while Frank Jackson chipped in with 13 points off the bench. As a team, the Pistons shot 47% from the field and 12 of 29 from the three-point line as they set the tone with 32 points in the first quarter to jump out to an early double-digit lead, before running away with it in the second half where Jeremy Grant has been the leading scorer for the Pistons but was hardly needed as he scored just 12 points before resting in the fourth quarter. My second betting advice is to pick under 205.5. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.